Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Look It Up Podcast. I'm Chip Ballmer, and this is my co-host, as always, the football Tony Gudo. You can find us on YouTube under the Look It Up Podcast and Facebook under his name, Tony Gudo.
Yeah, look us up, share, let people know we're here. We get a lot of views. We just need more. Keep getting out there. Let people know. If you want to find out what's going on in sports, we give you 20 to 30 minutes every week to get you up to date. Let's talk about baseball, LSU baseball. What they did, they won last night. I think it was 10-4 or 10-6, something like that. At the end of the game, I didn't watch it all. I just watched bits and pieces of it. Anyway, problem was they lost another series last weekend. They lost to Mississippi State. Every game they had a very good lead and ended up blowing it at the end. It all comes down to one thing: pitching.
Yeah.
Pitching was not there. Looking at them this coming weekend, they will play South Carolina at the box. Hopefully that helps. It's going to be a rainy weekend, so I'm not sure how these games are going to get in. It's supposed to start tonight, and then I understand Friday and Saturday is going to be real rainy. Sunday's supposed to be all right, but Saturday and Sunday. So we may be playing some late baseball. Never know what's going to happen. They may change the time. Never know. Anyway, the following week we go to Georgia for 3 game series, and then the final series the week after is here at the box against Florida. We do need to win at least 2 or 3 of these series to even get thought of to get in in the regional. And I don't know if they can do it. Unless they can get the pitching to improve, I don't see how they can do it. Anyway, that's enough on LSU baseball. LSU football, real quick. So some rankings came out this week. I got them posted here. This is post-spring, after spring practices. I listened to Lane Kiffin last night. Lane Kiffin sounds real positive. His offense is really doing as good as he thought. Sam Levitt, he said, is way ahead of schedule. He should be fine for the fall practice, when the fall or summer practice, whatever you want to call it.
Which should be good to go by the season.
Yeah. And the post-spring, this is a post-spring top 25 prediction from, I guess, CBS. CBS Sports puts Texas at 1, Ohio State at 2, Oregon at 3, Georgia at 4, Notre Dame at 5, Indiana 6. Of course, Indiana lost a bunch of players.
That's why they dropped.
Miami 7, same thing there. They lost a bunch of players. Notre Dame lost a bunch too at 5. Texas A&M. I don't know about A&M. They got the problem with their quarterback. LSU number 9 is where they have us. I like it. I'll take anything above top 12. Anywhere in the top 12, I'll take it because why? That's in the playoffs. Number 10, they got Oklahoma. 11, Texas Tech. 12, Southern Cal. 13, Ole Miss. 14, Alabama. Ooh, they got Alabama low. I don't think Alabama will be that low. I think Alabama in the top 8, probably. Michigan 15, Tennessee 16, BYU 17, Iowa 18, Penn State 19, Mizzou 20, Washington 21, Clemson 22, Florida 23, Utah 24, and SMU 25. That's CBS's deal. There's going to be a lot more projections between now and the end of the summer. We'll be looking at it as that goes. All right, let's talk about the UFL. Anybody been watching UFL? I have. I didn't watch much last week. I was involved with the NFL draft, watching the draft Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so I didn't get a chance to watch much. Anyway, the big game Friday night was DC Defenders beating Birmingham Stallions 45-28. Who had the highlights in that game? The quarterback from BC had 275 yards and 4 touchdown passes. Not a bad day. Not a bad day. He may get looked at by the NFL. Never know. Next game was St. Louis Battlehawks in Orlando. I did watch some of that game. Battlehawks won 25-17, so the Battlehawks are coming back from behind. They're starting to do a little bit better. Harrison Frost, 180 yards, but he threw 2 interceptions and a touchdown. Columbus Aviators in Houston. That was a close game. Houston won 17-13. Who had the best game? Not too many people had too many games. They only had passing yard, no passing touchdowns, as I can see. And the last game was Dallas and Louisville. I did watch some of that. I was really unimpressed with Dallas. Dallas could not stay with them. Dallas had a hard time. Louisville is not that good of a team. I think they only had one win. Now they have two. So anyway, they won 47-25. 47-25. Problem with Dallas is Austin Breed, who started off the season strong. He had 4 picks. 4 picks in that game. Anyway, let's look at what's next week. Let's see who's on the schedule for next week. Week 6. In week 6, St. Louis plays Louisville on Thursday night, tomorrow night at 7. Friday night, Houston and Columbus. Saturday, Dallas and D.C. That should be a good game. It would have been. I mean, D.C. is probably the best team out there. Dallas was the second best. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but they're playing in D.C. Matter of fact, the championship will be in D.C., what I heard this week. And Sunday, Birmingham Stallions play the Orlando Storm. Okay, so we'll see what happens with those games and how they go. Anyway, let's look at what? The NFL draft. What happened in the draft?
A lot of things
A lot
happened.
of things happened.
There was a lot of surprises, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's look at the first few. Let's see.
The biggest surprise, Raiders took. I'm just playing.
That was not a surprise.
That was the only non-surprise.
That was the only non-surprise. Well, really, the Jets. Everybody thought the Jets were going to take David Bailey or
Arvell Reese.
There's a flip of the coin. I thought they'd take Reese, but I understand why they took Bailey because Bailey has more experience and he can do a lot more things. My prediction was Jeremiah Love would go to Cardinals, and they did. Now they rated him at C plus, but I think that's because they don't have a full team around them. But I think you gotta bring in star power, right? You gotta bring in star power.
But then they went and got Carson Beck.
They got Carson Beck. Now whether that's good or not, we're gonna find out. Carson Beck really looked good last year, but remember he played around a very good team. He didn't have to do a lot to win those games. So we'll find out. But Jeremiah Love goes there. Cornell Tate. A lot of people say that's a bad pick. Cornell Tate is not the receiver. He's not the top receiver in the NFL. What do you think about Cornell Tate?
I think he is in the draft.
I don't think that was a good pick. I think he should have went further down.
Oh no.
Anyway, Arvell Reese went to the Giants with their first pick.
They need a linebacker. They need a linebacker.
And Kansas City, what they did?
They traded up.
They traded up to get.
They traded with the Browns up to number 6 just to get LSU's own Mansour Delane.
Yeah, they got a C minus for that, but I think that's a good move.
I think it's a great
They needed
move.
a corner because they lost their corner. That corner went
They
to
lost Trent McDuffie to the Rams.
to the Rams. So I think that was a good pick. Sonny Styles to Washington, that's a good pick. And the Saints. Now the Saints should have taken, I think they should have taken Caleb Downs
Or Bain.
or Bain. Caleb Downs was a top safety. Now, from what I've been hearing this week, I didn't hear this before, they say Caleb Downs is good at what he does, but he had a lot of help up front. He had some good nose tackles and linebackers, and that helped him a lot, made him look a lot better because he had much things to do. So I don't know if that's a good pick or not. But anyway, we got Jordan Tyson. I think that's the best receiver in the draft. I think he's better than Cornell Tate. The only problem with him is he had those injuries. But like he's like, I don't care about the injuries. I am good. I am fast. I heard Mickey Loomis yesterday on the radio saying, hey, we took the best guy we thought. We seen him. We were impressed. We were ready to take him before pro day. Then we went last week and seen him in pro day, and he really impressed us. Did more things than we thought he could do. So he's a good pick. I think that's good to take him, and we got other players that came in at the same time.
We have great picks.
Cleveland took Spencer Fano. Cleveland took Fano. Good pick. That was a good offensive lineman. To add on, they took his brother. They signed his brother as an unrestricted free agent. So I guess they want to keep it in the family.
The New York Giants, after trading for Dexter Lawrence 2 weeks ago, a few weeks ago, they got it from the Bengals. They picked up Francis Mauigoa, tackle from Miami.
From Miami, yep. Good player. And then Dallas took the guy I wanted. Dallas
Caleb
moved up,
Downs.
I think. Dallas moved up a little. And they got Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
Miami took Hayden Proctor. They give him a D minus. They took him too early, is what they're saying. And the worst pick of the draft, I think, so far this year was Ty Simpson to the Rams. They graded a C, so they kind of agree with me. I don't see why you take Ty Simpson right now. Now, the thinking behind it, everybody says, is the Rams are a good football team, possibly a Super Bowl challenger, and the chances of them being in the top 15 picks in the next 3 or 4 years
is unlikely.
Is unlikely because they're going to have a good football team. So if that's the case, you still need a quarterback down the line. So they took Ty Simpson, thinking they could work with him for the next 2 years, and get him ready to take over. But I don't see the guy. I think it's a wasted pick. I'm sure most of the players on the team say, "Look, we're trying to win a Super Bowl. We should have got an impact player." You know, or like a KC. What the guy called it? A KC. You know what a KC is? A key contributor. A key contributor. But they didn't do it. Anyway, Reuben Bain went to the Buccaneers. Always going to those teams we don't want. Anyway, the Jets take the tight end.
Kenyon Sadiq.
Yep. I think the Jets probably, Rams should have took him. I think the Rams should have took him. Blake Miller goes to the Lions. Caleb Banks to Minnesota. Monroe Feeling, one of the best linemen, went to Carolina. Lemon, the USC receiver, to
Makai
Philly.
Lemon.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't think that Kali Lemon's going to be the guy everybody thinks he is. We're going to find out. The Eagles may do something. Evidently, they're going to trade. Who?
They're going to trade A.J. Brown.
Sounds like they're going to trade A.J. Brown since they drafted him. They've been saying they're going to trade him after the draft, or after June 1st is what they're saying. I think to the Patriots. Max Ehlinger to Pittsburgh. The Chargers picked Akeem Massador. That's a good pick. But Massador is going to surprise a lot of people. He's a good football player. Michaela Lawrence, that was way too early for him, for Dallas. Yeah, that was kind of early. Dallas could have waited and took him later, maybe traded down. Cleveland took Casey Contempian. And who was that? Chicago took Dylan Thielman. Houston took Kalen Rutledge. Miami took Chris Johnson. The Patriots took Caleb Lomo. Kansas City, Peter Woods. That's a good pick. Kansas City got Peter Woods and Masoud Dalon. And Omar Cooper Jr. to the Jets. That's a good pick. He's a good receiver. He was at Indiana, right? Indiana. And Keldrick Falk to Tennessee. And what I predicted Seattle would take Jadarian Price, and they did.
Jadarian Price out of Notre Dame.
But they scored an F. I don't know why, but they need a run back, right? I don't know what the deal is there. But anyway, I didn't like that score. How about the Saints? Let's talk about the Saints players.
Saints.
Let's see. Where's the Saints picks? Oh, right here. Here they are. Jordan Price, first pick. Second pick, Christian Miller, the Georgia defensive tackle. Do we need a defensive tackle? Yes, we do.
And then, with our third pick, we took a tight end. Also, a pass catch tight end. We got Oscar Delp.
Oscar Delp.
Out of Georgia.
Several teams wanted him. And one or two up passed on him, decided they could wait for later. And what happened? The Saints went in there and took him. Then offensive lineman, we took Jeremiah Wright out of Auburn.
Yep.
He should be a good plug-in player.
With our other pick, we took
Bryce Lance.
Trey Lance's little brother.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be good.
He's going to be a surprise receiver. He's going to be the Saints are lining up very good.
Then with our other pick, we took Lorenzo Styles, Sonny Styles' older brother.
Yep. He's going to play defensive back and punt returner, kick returner. He's good.
With our other pick, another pick
what we got?
in the 6th round. Oh!
LSU.
We took an LSU player for the first time in a long time. We got
Darian Brown,
which could be a good kick returner for us as well.
Yep, him and Styles could both be kick returners. And then the final pick, we took T.J. Hall, which they say is a real good defensive back out of Iowa. Iowa always had good players, so especially on defense. Kirk Rentz or whatever his last name is. The Iowa coach always had the good defensive players coming in and out in the draft. So anyway, we got some good players. You look at a good running back, and we've got 3 receivers, running backs and 3 receivers. Not bad at all. And then you look at the free agents. They say C.J. Donaldson could be a steal of the draft. He was supposed to be picked. He never got picked, so we signed him right away. He's a running back out of Ohio State. Nice. Supposed to be a good running back. Who else? They got a few other names on here, but I don't know them all. Deshaun Jones from the quarterback from Alabama. He could make the team. And Javor Suggs, I heard, is pretty good out of Wisconsin. He's defensive tackle. Some of the other guys we signed, we did sign a couple of players that I think might be a good starters. What I got them on here somewhere. 2 players that we signed in the draft. One from who was the guy from the Raiders we signed? We signed the guy from the Raiders, huh? Yeah, the number 7 pick 2 years ago. And we signed him. I don't have him on here. I thought I had him on here. The number 7 pick from 2 years ago, and we picked him up. He's I think he's not a receiver. What is that guy? I thought I had him written down here, but I don't see it. Anyway, we got a player from the Raiders. He was a 7th round pick, defensive end, 7th round pick. Didn't quite make it there, but the problem was they changed coaches every year since he got there. So it's kind of hard to see. So he's coming in. They did not sign. He's a 4-year player. They did not sign his 5th-year option. Mickey said we're just bringing him in for 1 year and see what he does, and we'll make a decision after that. We also signed 2 other players, Efrene Jennings, edge rusher, out of New England.
And then we took a good corner, Martin Emerson Jr. from the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, he didn't play last year because he tore an Achilles in practice, in training camp. So that's 2 other players we added. I think the Saints are building a strong team here. I think we'll win 10 games. I think we'll win 10 games. I think, could do better. The schedule is going to come out sometime in May. They haven't said what date yet, but sometime in May the schedule will be out. And we'll see what happens there. Anyway, that's all we have to do with the draft. If you have any questions, let us know. Look, in the next month or 2, we plan on bringing guests, telephone guests. Call them on, let them talk to us about whatever they want to talk about. You're welcome to join us. Just text us on Facebook or on YouTube.
Leave a comment.
Let us know. Say, hey, I'd like to join your show for 10, 15
Leave
minutes.
a comment on YouTube or private message him on Facebook.
And just say, hey, I'd like to join y'all, and just tell me what you want to talk about. And we'll decide if we let you come into the show. We'll have several people. We already got 3 people that want to join the show.
At least 3.
We're just waiting on subjects right now to decide what we're going to talk about. But going into the off-season, NBA right now, we're talking about the NBA. Let me give you my picks. Oh, I got my picks for the day, and I did good. This week, I've been doing real good in the picks. I've won like over $500 since last Thursday. And I'm betting little. I'm only betting $20, $30 a game. Now, I do hit it for parlays, and the parlays make a little bit more money. So last week, I went 3-0. I don't know if anybody took my picks, but last week I had under 218 with Orlando and Detroit, and they won that one. Under 216 with Phoenix and Oklahoma City, I won that one. Then I had Toronto on the money line, and they won. So I had 3 picks. Anyway, 3 for the night. What do you do if you make any wagers? What do you do? Only bet what you can afford to lose. Don't bet something that's going to hurt you or your family. My 3 picks tonight: Orlando plus 9.5 versus Detroit. I don't know if they win the game, but I like 9.5 against Detroit. I kind of like the under in that game too because Detroit plays real good defense. I like Toronto plus 8.5 at Cleveland. Toronto plus 8.5. And later tonight, I like the Lakers to close it out and win, cover 4.5, and close out against the Houston Rockets. An $11 parlay bet wins you $85. $11 wins you $85, and you can bet individually like I did on each one of the games. So anyway, that's the picks. We'll see what happens on that. Let's move on to you want to talk about the NBA?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So there's a lot going on. 2 teams have advanced to the second round. Everyone else is still in Game 5s or 6s. So 2 games are Oklahoma City has swept Phoenix.
Yep.
They're moving on to the next round. And San Antonio wins Game 5, and they are going to the next round.
Yep.
So tonight, like he said, Magic, Pistons, Raptors versus Cleveland, Lakers versus Rockets. That's the 3 games tonight.
Who can close? I know the Lakers can close.
Then there's 3 Game 6s tomorrow night, which consists of the Knicks and Hawks, then Celtics and 76ers, and then the Nuggets and Timberwolves. All 3 of those games are in Game 6.
Tomorrow?
Game 6 for those 3 games are tomorrow. So that's about it for the NBA.
All right. Yep, the NBA is getting closer and closer to the finals. We're going to take another few weeks, probably take a month before we get there, right? Pretty close.
2 months, maybe.
2 months?
Normally ends
You
around.
think when we go on vacation, they're still playing?
Finals normally ends.
In 4 weeks, we're going on vacation. We're going to
We're going to
private-
Cancun.
a private resort in Mexico, outside of Cancun.
Yes, we
Whole
will
family
probably.
trip. We're going to probably bring our equipment and do a show from there. That's what
We
think
might,
about.
or we might just like send videos of stuff that happened over there.
Anyway, we are going, I might have mentioned this before, we are going to Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame in August. We're going to watch Drew Brees get inducted, and we will do a show from there. We will do a show from there and show as many videos and things that we can from there. So if y'all want to, look forward to that. Mark that on your calendars. We will be doing it. As I said, how about UFC? They got some fights this week.
We got big fights this week. The only unfortunate part is not a lot of people going to be able to watch them.
Why?
They are in Perth, Australia. The main card starts at 6 in the morning Saturday. Saturday, 6 a.m.
Guess what? I will not be watching at 6 a.m.
I will not be either, most likely.
Most likely I'll be sleeping.
I will be rewatching it the next morning. I will be rewatching it Saturday during the day.
Yep.
So, but the co-main event, Beneil Dariush and Quillen Salkild, that is a great fight in my opinion. But I think Salkild wins by knockout.
So all the fights are early in the day?
No, like morning. Saturday morning.
And that's it?
Yeah.
And all you have to just watch repeats the rest of the day if you want to watch it.
Yeah, you just got to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but then the main event, welterweight contender Carlos Prates will fight former champion, 0 title defenses, but former champion, Jack Della Maddalena. So this is going to be a banger of a fight. Both of them are strikers. This should be a good fight. So that's, if you want to stay up at 6 until 6 in the morning, because the prelims start at 3 in the morning. If you want to stay up all night Friday night,
Well, you might want to. It's supposed to rain all day Saturday.
or wake up,
So maybe you stay up late.
or wake up early, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, no matter what is when time the main card starts. You go right ahead, but most people are going to just rewatch it afterwards.
Yeah.
And I would advise you to, because
That's probably
I
what's going to
wouldn't
happen.
be trying to be tired.
Yeah.
So-
That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah. So that's it for UFC this week. There's also big fights next weekend, but I'll talk about that in next week's episode.
Yep. All right. Thank you all for watching. Please let everybody know that we're here. Let them know where we're at. YouTube under Look It Up podcast. And
Facebook.
my Facebook under Tony Gudo. I'm always posting on there. I posted several times during the week just to make sure people know. People, I guess, miss sometimes. If they don't watch it today, they miss on my picks.
Yeah.
But there's nothing I can do about that because I'm not going to make picks for Saturday and Sunday. We do that during football season, but not during basketball this time. But too many games on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Go Tigers. Come on, baseball. Y'all going to do something. Get in the tournament. Get in the
Who
tournament.
dat? Go Tigers.
And Saints will be ready for a big season.
Big
Thanks for
season.
watching. Take care.
Bye-bye.